The long-awaited bowl tutorial. Here it is. I won't lie to you, bowls probably the hardest thing to make in RoseSkate, and I'm surprised there wasn't already a tutorial on how to make one. I'm not even the most qualified person to give a tutorial, but we're gonna give it a shot. I'm just gonna be showing you guys how to make super simple, super basic bowl and some extra techniques, building techniques you can use in bowls. Hopefully what you guys learn here, you guys can branch off and hopefully experiment, try stuff in your own studio, and make some beautiful bowls. Some plugins I'm going to recommend though are Archimedes, of course, that's mandatory, gap fill, and resize align. But I recommend all these plugins from my inventory. They all help in some way in skate park building. But here we go. So start off with a bowl. We're basically gonna make a really thin quarter pipe. Spawn in your part, of course, and make it smaller because it makes it easier to work with and usually looks better. Deja Vu, Archimedes, and render once to get your whatever height you want your quarter pipe to be. This will work for now. And since the last ramp tutorial, I had a really big revelation, made me feel a little stupid. So instead of resize aligning the upper deck here, we can select our last part, come down in orientation, look at this angle, it says 72, come to Archimedes, make the angle 72, so match whatever it says in orientation for you, flip axis, render once, and boom, it's flat. That is so much more simple than resize aligning. I wish I put that in the tutorial, but we're going to give this ramp coping because bowls are much more fun when they have coping. Any size, I think that'll do. We'll change up this color. Oop. Anchor it, of course, and wax it. And we're gonna sink this hoe in. Bam. So this doesn't look like much, but this is the start of our quarter pipe. After you put that coping on, we're gonna select that all and group it. And down in properties, see this primary part, it's empty. We're going to click that, hold Alt while hovering over the model, and select the bottom first part we started with. So now our selection is a beautiful square. Now this little slice of quarter pipe, this is our best friend for right now. To get started on this quarter pipe, all you got to do is bring out Archimedes and figure out X2 or Z2, whatever axis gives you this render preview. I don't know how to explain it. And make sure your angle isn't too high. Keep your angle between like 1 and 6, because if it's too big, like 10, you'll get this weird intersecting here, and you can't skate that at all. It looks ugly. So we'll just rock with the 5 for now, and just start spam and render once, and you'll get your corner done. Get that F3X out, expand or scale to your liking. I'm just going to throw together a bowl real quick, something tiny, teeny, tiny, small. Now let's say you want to make an inverted corner in your quarter pipe. Just get one of your slices. unfortunately, you will end up with all these tiny parts intersecting each other. It's not the prettiest, but unless you want to go through the effort of like resize aligning and like gap filling all these tiny gaps, to me it's just not worth it, and it skates just fine. What you can do though is to clean up this coping, you can select it all by holding Alt, and oh dear, you will end up selecting some junk here that you don't need. Double check, got it. And with F3X, resize both sides, and it ends up being cleaner than what we had before. Now, nobody asked for this, but I would like to show everyone how to make a sharp hip, a really nice, clean, sharp hip. So we're going to use resize align, and we're going to inner touch each brick here. So they're going to meet like that. Now we're going to get extend into, and then click that face, then that face, this face, then that face. Now we're going to do the same thing, going all the way up. That face, that face, that face, that face. And you can see how they're meeting right there perfectly. Now with gap fill, I'd like to have the part thickness on just like one stud. And we're going to have this axis meet that axis. Bottom, bottom to the top. And it's very clean. Bottom, top, all the way up. This is what we have here today. This is what we made. This is absolutely probably the worst bowl I've ever made. It is so steep. Definitely don't follow my directions exactly with my angles and stuff. But hopefully, guys, you get the gist. I'm not gonna bother showing you guys how to make this like upper deck thing. I think you guys can figure that out on your own. But yeah, good job.